Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Infamous Sylvia channel. This part of our segment is called Femisphere. We just got that new name, Femisphere. Um, Basically, this is a time when we come together as individuals to discuss different topic, different situation, and it's a collective of body of individuals, mainly female, mainly women, and we are going to speak about our own personal experience while we talk about a particular topic. Our particular topic has been for the last weeks has been on Ernest Williams. We do not come here to bash anybody, but what we're here to do is talk about the issues from our own personal experience. So those who have like other views from the majority, please be respectful. Please be respectful. And don't bash anyone. Be nice to one another. I like the name that just came in here is Sister to Sister. Here we go. There it is. Sister to sister. Not just sisters, the gentlemen's are welcome as well. This is not a bashing session. We do not hate our men. In fact, we love our male counterparts. I do. I don't know about some of the ladies, but I do. Because I need them. But we all are different. Different means different. Not somebody's better than the next person. It's just we're different. And we share what our experiences are. I pose a question to you guys tonight. That question is, does Shirley Strawberry's silence mean compliance? Does Shirley Strawberry's silence mean compliance? You know what compliance means? Does it mean that she's in agreement with it, or she's complacent to it, or she's just, going with the flow? Okay. I'm going to drop the link down for my ladies who normally come up here, and we're going to give our point of views in regard to this topic. I know a lot of you guys have been listening to phone calls from prison, and it has given us some inkling of some insight on the thought, the thought patterns of Ernest and Shirley and Dion, a couple of different ones. I can't remember everybody's name, but we're going to talk about silence, butterfly nest. You know how in the in some of the phone calls you really never hear Shirley's opinion on different topics he speak up. A couple of the time when she asked question, he did not answer, and she didn't push the issue any further. She just, she was silent to it. Now, I don't know if it's for avoidance or anything. We're just gonna speak about, does her silence equate to compliance? Because a lot of folks have said, oh my God, she knew about this. She knew the way he was. She knew who she married. Why is she, why is she not this and that and all that? I just want to hear from you guys what your thoughts are on that particular subject. She's very non-confrontational. She doesn't really speak her mind. Someone just said willful in ignorance. Someone just put that in there. Thank you for that comment. I am here for the show. Thank you for that comment. But we're just going to discuss this. I like to joke a lot. It's sad situation for all concerned. Yeah, it definitely is sad. And I do not gloat. We're not gloating on anything that is happening with Shirley or with even Ernest, because there are people out there who are cheerleaders for Ernest right now. Okay? There are people out there with cheerleaders for him, and rightly so, because there's always two sides to a story. We're only hearing what the charges are. We don't know what's going on right now. Okay, but one thing we do know, we can't sugarcoat it. We know that he has a very lengthy criminal background. We can't deviate from that right now. Okay, and the reason why we can't deviate, there have been victims of that, and he has served time. Do he needs to constantly be reminded of his past? Absolutely not. But sometime your past negates what the possibility of you doing the current crimes. That's a fact. Right, guys? All right. Good evening, Auntie. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat. Okay, we got 181 people in this chat right now. I would like you guys to do me a favor, be nice to me, and hit the like button. Be nice to me. Be very sweet to me, and hit the like button. Okay. Let me show my face for a second so you know I'm real. Hey guys. Hey people, I'm real. Okay. I'm gonna put up the survey, the poll, and I'm asking Auntie D to pray for us. Listen, guys, I am a believer. I do not shun from my relationship with God. If anybody have a problem with me praying, you can leave and come back when she finished praying. I always start with a prayer and I always end with a prayer. And I believe that everything does not happen by coincidence. It was preordained before the foundation of the earth that we will be here at this time, this hour, to get some knowledge, some wisdom, some understanding,
Yes.
so we can utilize it in our lives, because we all have made mistake. We all have gotten something wrong. Every single one of us. Okay. We're not, like, I'm going to repeat it again. We're not here to bash anybody. If
No.
you feel we're bashing, please don't take it that way. We're not bashing anyone. Okay. All right, Auntie D, go ahead and lead us in prayer. Thank you.
Okay. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we come to you this evening, Father God, and we ask you to let the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in your sight. Father God, we just ask you to cover everybody on the line, that we are here for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And we just thank you for everything that you're doing on this line. I know that this line is here for a purpose, to uplift, to set free. We just thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. You know I'd be nervous. You know I'd be nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about. I'm gonna put the link in for those who are coming in for us to have this discussion. I'm just trying to put up my poll right now. Just want to see where everyone's head is at. This is very much an inclusive live. This is not just me and Auntie D discussing this. I want your input. I want to hear what you guys, and I want to hear the fellas too, guys. Don't think it's just about women now.
Yes.
We
We
might,
get some men up here.
yeah, we might be the majority, but we're not the one full of knowledge and all of this. Okay. Just one second. Let me just go ahead on and get this going. I'm gonna put a little music on for y'all for a minute while I
Can
get,
I
huh?
can I say something real quick?
Yes, while I do this.
Okay. Yesterday, there was a lady on named Big Ego, and she said something to me yesterday. I was talking to you guys about not finishing high school. So it just kept ringing in my ear, ringing in my ear. So today I called the workforce, and I have an appointment next week, you guys, to take the test for the GD.
Woo! Congratulations. You see, Big Ego, see what you did? Awesome. Congratulations. You got this. You got this. You know that, right?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it.
You got it. You got it. All right, y'all. Hold on a second. If somebody, I'm on a different page and I'm trying to get the live on my computer. Just one second. I'm trying to do. All right, let me do this poll here. One second. I'm just going to do it a different equals compliance. All right, y'all. Here go the poll. There we go. And please vote, everyone. I want to hear your opinion. And let me go ahead and put the link back in for those who's trying to get in. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I didn't get a chance to say hello to the folks inside the chat. Let me say hello to a couple of people. What happened? She said, what happened? Somebody asked what happened. Butterfly nest. What do you mean what happened? Butterfly nest asked what happened. Okay. All right. Guys, let's go ahead on. Well, let me play one of the phone calls from phone calls from prison. And this is when just one second. I slowed the chat down. Oh, Lisa's starting already. Hello, Lisa. Thank you, guys. And look, listen, guys, this is my music for when I get Cash App, Super Chat. This is my appreciation for those who donate, okay? So if it gets on your nerve, not sorry. All right, here's my music. Thank you, Lisa Rose. You know what? I'm going to show my face so when I start dancing, you guys can see me dance. All right, guys, hold on. I ain't ashamed to dance. Y'all, you don't know. I might twerk if you get me. Let me stop. All right. Let me put the link in. Hold on a second. Here we go. Here's the link for those who wants to come on up. Emmanuel, I would love for you to come up because you've been a regular on here. Emmanuel, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, come on up here. Hit that link and come on up and speak to me. Or you can call in, whichever way you want. I would love to hear your input on this. Hold on a second. I just wanted to put on the Oh, Miss B Corner. She tried to show out too. Hold on, Miss B. Hold on. Gotta do to me. Miss B wants to see me dance, y'all. That's what it is. Does it makes you feel like you're in some sort of like African drumming? Get that feel, don't you? That music. All right, guys, here we go. Thank you so much, Miss.
Thank you, Miss B.
Right, hold on a second. Let me just get this all on. Shout out to prison phone calls from prison. Shout out to her for getting these calls out. And the last call she did was from yesterday. I'm going to play that one, a little bit of it, and you guys can hear it. Hey, hello, Tori.
Now to another day, 31st.
Hold on.
Calls. The first call is between Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto. They talk about.
Oh, Emmanuel is here. Hey, Emmanuel.
What's up, y'all?
How are you doing?
Good.
So, Emmanuel, here's the big question for tonight.
Hello.
Do you think Shirley's silence
Good,
is
good, good.
Iman, you must have your YouTube on. Do you have YouTube on in the background?
Oops, hold on. Let me turn that off. Okay, are we good now?
Yes, we're good. Ladies, give a hand to Emmanuel inside this chat. Please, y'all. Let me see their hands for Emmanuel. Because he's a brave gentleman to come up in here. Thank you.
You guys are funny.
So, what do you think about this? Do you believe Shirley's silence is a form of compliance?
I mean, if she don't talk, then I guess pretty much you're pretty much saying that Ernesto has some type of control over you for you not to talk, even though he is currently locked up. That's what I think.
So, you think she might have a form of Stockholm syndrome?
She has something going on. I mean, this thing is a whole big old mess. This is like some stuff you see in movies. This could be an actual talk show, literally.
Mm-hmm. A year's worth, 2 years worth, 3 years worth, a decade worth.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Because there's so many different parts to this, you know. You got so many aspects that you can bring it to, you know, certain views.
Yeah, and as I was watching the chat yesterday, as people were talking, I was like, "Oh man, there's some stuff I didn't know." It just like more stuff keep coming out every day. Just more stuff, more stuff, more stuff, more stuff.
Yeah, and we haven't even really gotten to the real nitty gritty of it all.
My goodness.
Yeah. So you think her compliance? She's in compliance because of her silence.
Yeah, she's pretty much doing I guess what she wants to do. I don't know if she's been told to be quiet. Who knows? Somebody might have told her to be quiet. I don't know. Unless she comes out and says something, then we're only to speculate.
Okay. Do you think her silence right now is because of her job, or because she just thinks that if you just be quiet, don't say anything, it's gonna go away?
I mean, if Steve told her to be quiet, which I would be surprised if he did tell her to be quiet as much water he's in. He stay in the news. I mean, in the news.
Wow.
So he can't really tell her to not be. He can't really tell her to not be quiet because he's always running his mouth. To keep it honest with you.
Yeah, but he wants to control the whole atmosphere, the whole environment for this thing, where it would not affect his radio show.
Yeah, he tried to make his life seem so perfect, and stuff got exposed.
Okay, are you not a fan of Steve?
I am to a certain extent, but when you don't keep it real and then you get exposed, I can't. I don't feel that. I'm not down with that.
Okay. So, do you think she deserved grace?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
That won't come until she has a come to Jesus moment.
And you don't think she has?
I hope she has. We don't know. I hope she has.
From a male point of view, with this whole earnest stuff, what are the things that you see from the male side? Put your place as earnest. Just, I know it's a hard thing to think, but put yourself as an earnest. What would you be thinking of trying to deal with this? Now the whole world knows some of the stuff you've been doing.
First of all, if I was a career criminal, And let's say I was a career criminal and I was saying, man, I did all this stuff and this put me in prison.
Hmm.
Now something's got to change. Either I need to rehabilitate myself or have people come in and help me rehabilitate because when I get out soon or whenever, if I get out, more people, I'm pretty sure people are going to be dependent on me because I made money while I was out committing crimes.
Mm.
So I got to get myself together because once what 50% of society thinks highly of me, and then the other 50% doesn't think highly of me because there's only so many people that know him and know who he is because of Shirley.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's give. Hi, I am here for the show. Welcome. How are you
Hi,
doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Hello, other members of the panel. I just wanted to give a little perspective because when you asked that question in the poll,
Mm-hmm.
it was a simple question, but it could be taken so many different ways. Like for me, it takes me all the way back to the inception of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think it gave us the appearance that she was caught off guard. She thought she got just say a good hardworking man who's successful, and then now she ends up with a dud, so to speak, or a dusty as they call them. But as we continue to listen to the calls, we've heard her say that he was arrested like 4 months into the marriage, the air quote marriage. Okay, and she said he's been arrested 4 times in the so-called marriage. So at what point are you still innocent? So that's why I typed in the chat, it's willful ignorance. So if I don't know, then I'm not responsible for it. Or if I don't know, I can't hold him responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just know what he tells me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in their phone calls, you notice that she asked him very few questions. Like there's questions. It's almost like she's not even his wife. Like most people's wives would be asking the who, what, where, how. We would be on the internet searching. We would have our friends helping us search. But I don't think she wants to know. She avoids people who are going to ask her the hard questions. Well, I don't feel like talking. Well, I don't want to go there. I think she wants a traditional type relationship where the man is the breadwinner. He cuts the grass, he washes her car, he puts gas in it, whatever she needs. She's the submissive female. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what. I'm like, Shirley's almost 70 years old, and the majority of her life has been by herself, not in a marriage. So we know that she's full well capable of doing things. So I just feel like, I don't know. It's very complicated. I definitely give her grace. I think she's a beautiful lady. She's a well spoken lady. Um, she's very articulate. I think she does love the Lord. Is she what I would call I would just tell her that faith without works is dead. She quotes a lot of Bible. And I don't think her interpretation, well, not interpretation, her understanding of the Bible is much higher than her so called husband. I think that she's also showed us through these different calls and recordings that she is a little bit of a liar herself. When she had that interview with the lady who was a colleague of hers, she told so many lies so freely. And I think that a lot of the lies she told or does tell is because she is ignorant of the information that people have access to. I feel like if she knew that people could access this stuff, they could hear what she's saying, they can look up and see if she's married, they can look up and see if she's filed papers for a divorce, I think she would be saying things a little bit differently. I think what she said publicly is because she's afraid of tainting her image and she does not want to lose her job. So that's what I think.
I must agree with you in a lot of things you said because yeah, definitely. You said a lot. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Emmanuel, I muted some of you guys because it was getting some feedback, so you can unmute so you can answer the question or make a statement. Go ahead, Emmanuel. Did you want to say something?
I agree with what the sister was saying. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think her silence says a lot, not even just for the public. Like, who are we? She doesn't have to answer to us, but they're in a relationship and he has to answer to her. And she in no way really holds his feet to the fire as her significant other. Like, you have us in this whole situation. I don't have a car to drive. I don't have a house to live in. I'm paying a lawyer. I'm dealing with your friends. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on just because she is connected to him. And she, in no way to me, makes him feel like he has to answer to her. It's almost like she's answering to him, like she's the one in jail.
True.
It's
I,
crazy.
I have something to ask you guys also. Okay. While this is going through and I'm listening and I hear that she makes over 400 and something thousand a year. Okay. That's roughly about, 40, 50, 30, 40,000 a month,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly he's getting all his money from these other people from his illegal transaction and stuff like that. Can you tell me how is it that they're broke? Does that make sense to you guys?
I think it also shows that he contributed a lot to the money, but I think she mismanaged her money before he even came along. And I
Yep.
think that's why he was able to weasel his way in and use her money and her name the way that he does, because she is not a good money manager. There's no way that I'm bringing in $40,000 a month and I don't know where my money went. Like, how's that even possible?
Look, Eve just said expensive trips, designer clothes, luxury cars, high-end rentals. Okay.
Exactly. Like, even while he's in jail and she is basically poor mouthing, saying how broke she is, living in a room in somebody's house, driving his old Sanford and Son truck, she's still making this amount of money and she still has nothing to show for it.
What it is she didn't live within her means.
She does not want to live. When they had the conversation about where she was going to live, and she was like poo-pooing different places that she didn't want to live there. The only place she wants to live is in Buckhead and in a certain part of Buckhead, because that's where she feels like she needs to be. Like, I feel like even if the 5 million is true, will she still be in the same sort of predicament? Because that still does not put you in the same category as Steve and Marjorie. They are not your equals as far as income is concerned. You need to be realistic about what your income is and what you need to spend. You are not Marjorie and you'll never be Marjorie. So I don't know.
Yeah. So Sue Burt says she owes the IRS. She may be making payments. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when you have that type of debt, IRS will come and get their own. So I see. Okay.
My husband also, I talked to him about it, and he just could not fathom when I told him how much money she was making when they looked at the bankruptcy papers. And I told him, I don't understand why you don't. Just because a person makes X amount of money doesn't matter. I mean, she could be making 40,000. Still, she has to live within that $40,000 range, just like you have to live within that $400,000 range. So either way, you can be hand to mouth and check to check. You could be making $1 million a month and outspend what you bring in. It's just simple math, but I don't know why she's always worrying about what other people have. It's ridiculous.
She says 40,000 per month minus 33% in tax equals 13,200 divided by 4 weeks. That's $6,700. But that's still a lot of money, y'all.
That's still, yes, you could live very well on that amount of money, but not the way that she wants to live.
No.
Exactly. I'm just curious to know, is she putting money on his books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See,
I mean, you can only
she already wrong right there.
But you can only put so much on there.
Yeah.
Like he said, that place that he's at, it's only $50. You know, you can only put $50 at a time on there, and they only have commissary like once a week.
It's interesting.
Welcome, Yolanda Faye. How are you?
Hello, how y'all doing?
We're doing fine.
Doing good.
What is your thoughts on that question? Do you think Shirley's silence is a form of compliance?
On his side, it is. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I thought I was thinking she could have used this moment, since she has the strawberry letter, to teach us all something, that no matter what stage in your life, you can be bamboozled, whatever you said. Most of us, not all of us, like, we can learn something from this. But instead, she's silent. Like, I don't have to answer to them. I ain't gotta tell them nothing. I don't have to account for my thing. But you want us, if we don't support the radio, you won't have a job. So that was the first part I was very hurt at. And then the second part was her daughter. When your daughter tells you something, no matter how old, whether you know if it's true or not, you taking sides with a man that you just met, not the daughter you birthed. I ain't saying in the past kids ain't told a story, or maybe she didn't like him, but investigate it first. You know, don't just automatically assume that your daughter is lying. So I don't listen to the strawberry letter anymore.
Yolanda, I just want to ask you, guys, I'm not too versed about what the daughter says. What did the daughter say?
Well, it looked like in the court stuff, looked like he touched her and the grandkids where he couldn't be around them. So I'm saying it's not just using her name.
No, it didn't say anything about the in the documents in the court. That's why, guys, I have to make sure we say the word is correct in the document. The document never stated that anything to the daughter.
Somebody in the chat mentioned that yesterday, talking about some type of rape or something.
To the grandkids or something.
Let's not use the word R. Just say R.
Don't say the R word.
Okay, R. I'm sorry.
Okay. That the R came from that 19-year-old.
Okay.
That's what the document says. Now, as far as the reason why he cannot be around anyone under the age of 18 is because the depiction of the CP.
Okay.
Child P. That is the reason why they're saying that he cannot be around underage. There's nothing in the document, guys. I went in and out, around and block and back, checking to see if there was any kind of interview with Sheridan saying that certain thing happened. There was none. Okay.
It seems like to me, maybe I heard in one of the conversations they were having when she called herself dropping a dime on Sheridan to him. Like, she can tell him everything about Sheridan, but she can't tell Sheridan nothing about him. But I think that the police told Sheridan that he in some way may have used her financial information, or also put her name on leases that she did not actually sign, that he forged her name and put her in financial situations that she had nothing to do with.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So,
hold on a second. Eve,
okay.
yes, it does say that he cannot be around children and animal, but the reason why it says that is because the charges that he got was the CP charge with the depiction of animals with underage girls.
Mhm.
I just want to make sure everyone know what the facts are from the rumors. Okay. I want everybody to
Okay.
know what the facts are from the rumors. We don't want to spread false information across this platform. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So take that little piece right there. Okay, if he can't be around her kids, move him somewhere out. Don't move your daughter out somewhere strange. Move him into an apartment in I don't know where he could be. Why you gotta move her away from around you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. I
her
agree.
daughter doesn't even speak to her. I don't know if they're speaking now. I hope they are. And I hope what if her daughter has heard these things that are said, that she and her mother can mend their relationship. But they were not even on a speaking basis. All she would do was just make sure that Sheridan's rent was paid, but they were not talking to each other.
Yeah. Hey, Demi.
Hi, Miss Sylvia. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
What's your opinion on this one, Demi?
Um, I think her silence is definitely compliance to what's going on. Was that the question? I'm sorry. I
That
just
was the
got in.
question. Yes.
Okay. I
Question.
definitely think I think so. Yes.
And why do you think so?
I feel like she could be doing and saying more, especially with asking questions. She should be asking questions. She should be reaching out, especially to her daughter, to see what's going on. I feel like Shirley could do more, but she's not. I feel like she is comfortable sitting there and listening to whatever Ernest is telling her and turning a blind eye and closing her mouth to it, unless it's, brought to her from Ernest or Dion or whoever he is sending to her. She's not, speaking out and standing up for herself, asking questions and figuring all this out. So I think she's complying with the situation for his sake and on his behalf.
Wow. Okay. That's good. I was just looking in the chat. I saw D. John just said that she probably have a secret account like many wives. Do you guys think she has a secret account?
I
No.
hope so.
No.
So
She would definitely not be living in
Negative.
Tasha's house
I don't
and
think so.
talking
I
mess
think
behind Tasha's back. She don't want to be there at all.
I think that she completely merged finances with Ernest, and she is not keeping anything from him. She seems very upfront and honest about everything when it comes to him. She tells him everything. So I don't think so.
Okay. Donnie says, do you mean complicit instead of compliance? Do you mean complicit or compliance?
It's kind of interchangeable, really, a little bit. Don't you think, Donnie?
Donnie, you think? Yeah. Compliance to me is like going with the flow. Complicity to me, like, okay, it's not happening.
I
Um,
think she's both. I think
yeah.
she's both.
Yeah, I think she's both. Because
Mhm.
complicit to me means that you may not necessarily be in the dirt with it, but you are down with it. Like you ride or die. Like I know what
Mhm.
you're doing and I'm good with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I think the way she does it is, well, if I don't hear it and if I don't see it, it didn't happen. And if Ernest didn't tell me that, that's not true. And
Right.
that's what I'm sticking with.
Okay.
Right.
Daphne just gave us a definition. Complicit. Choosing to be involved in an illegal. I don't think she's complicit. According to the definition, it says choosing to be involved in an illegal or questionable act, especially with others, having complicity.
Would you consider calling yourself married and never filing a marriage certificate, then going and filing bankruptcy and saying you're single, but you're wearing a, what is it, $30,000 ring? Is that not?
That's complicit.
See, I think she thinks that's like little white lies.
That's
Like,
complicit.
not
That's
Exactly.
complicit. Okay, that's complicit.
Yep.
Okay, you got us
like
on that one, Dottie.
moving
I
in
agree.
somebody's property, signing your name and saying you're going to pay
Mhm.
and don't ever pay. You never paid a note, not one, and then getting your check garnished. I think that says that you're complicit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why I said
Yeah.
it's both, because she did go along with certain things and she did what she had to do. And so, I think she, like she said, I think she looks at those as little white lies, but
Mhm.
that's, she's displaying how complicit she is with some of the things that he was doing. I don't think she was involved in all of the things, but there were definitely some questionable things that she was a part of.
And I'm sorry, Vanessa and Miss HLS. Yeah, it's 250 or 200. Like he only put $20,000, 20,000 on it that he stole from the other lady.
But how much was the total cost of the ring?
It was like 200 and something $1,000 ring.
Okay.
Ooh.
My
He didn't put
goodness.
the down
No wonder
payment
they
on.
came and got it.
They came and got my ring. They got my ring. It's not your ring, ma'am. It's not paid for. It's stolen.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of this last call, and I want us to talk about it for a second. Hold on a second. Let me just put it down here.
Well, they sent me out to another date, 31st, to the 31st, but I didn't know that.
They did what now?
They sent the date off, my court date to the 31st.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I got in there, because I had another court date showing another bond here for this conspiracy. That would come up on that date. So what it is he couldn't run it all in together. And remember I asked him earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't run it all in together. So he probably didn't respond back because he already knew what he was going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't respond back to your text.
Oh, okay. Oh, to my text. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the 31st on Halloween day. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. That is in over 10 days. That's it. I want it now, but can't get everything you want. So, but they are giving bonds out because you bill here a certain amount of time. So, I seen that for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see that for myself. So, a certain amount of time when that is, you got to give you a bond. So, they're giving you a bond. They ain't got to give it to you. Yeah.
So, yeah, you had, so when you got there, they said it's not today. They moved it back to the 31st.
Yeah, because I had 2 dates, today and the 31st for 2 different cases. So what they're going to do is they're going to run it in together. I figured that VC probably already put a motion in today to put it in before we go to court on the 31st to merge all them cases together. Because see, I got a bond for the other 2 yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I got.
So you got the bond from yesterday?
Yeah, I got a bond from yesterday. That's what I call you about.
Well, I know, but they didn't say how much it was or anything?
Yeah, it's 20,000. It's 2,000 to get out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
but you can't get out. You can't get out until everything is cleared up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, out of bonds. Yes. That's what I was supposed to have been today. So what they try to do is charge me again. So hoping that I didn't get a bond. You understand now?
Say it again.
It was told, I guess my theory is they try to charge me again, wait till the last minute, charge me again that I go to court today. You see? And hopefully I wasn't going to get a bond, then I would have to sit another 90 days to get a bond. But it didn't work like that. BC showed up and intercepted all that, and I got a bond.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was supposed to went to court today, so what he's going to do is He's going to merge all them cases together with the one I just got the bond with to get a bond on the 31st. Okay, so that's what you believe he's doing. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. It does. Yeah. So that's what's going on. So that way, because if I would have went today just on one, I still wanted to have to wait till the 31st to get out anyway. So yeah. Okay. All right. That's what's going on. Okay. Well. No, I mean, you know. Yeah. Thank you for it. That's all I can say. Thank you, Lord. Yes, ma'am. I sure appreciate it. I talked to my girlfriend who, you know, the one that did my eyebrows before, and she had a real nice husband, and I told you he was dying. He got real sick. I think so. Yeah. Her husband has brain cancer. He has tumors all in his brain now. They found. Yeah. And so,
Okay. So do you guys hear how she was hearing and listening, and what's your answer now? Hey, Stacy.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, chat panel.
She wasn't saying nothing. She was just like, okay,
Yep.
yeah, just agreeing. What?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. Shirley is not listening to Nesto. She's not paying attention to Nesto. She just wants this to be over with so she can get back to her life. And she taking it serious, but she not. She really more concerned about her money than she is in her image and, you know, about what she got going on. She don't seem like she's that interested in what he have going on to me.
Yeah.
And I think he was baiting, trying to throw it out there. I'm gonna need that money for that bun. I'm gonna need that money. You know, he baiting her like.
You notice she didn't say anything about giving it.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, how much is that?" It seems like as the phone calls go on, each time you can tell she's disconnecting herself from him. You can even tell now that she's even getting pissed with him and short, but she still never like blows up on him like she really should.
That is so true. Okay. So
I don't think she's been. Oh, I'm sorry, Sylvia.
I was about to ask you the question because I didn't get a chance to ask you whether or not you feel that she's compliance by her silence. Is she in compliance or complicit? We already know some of the stuff that was occurring. She was complicit about it because she was experiencing like the ring and the being evicted and all that. So do you believe her silence is a form of compliance?
No, I'm sorry, but I just know a few people like Shirley, and I promise you, Shirley is not paying attention. And she seemed like she's worried about her image, and how everything, just like Nesto make his world around him, Shirley makes her world around her. And everybody has agreed that they don't really even know each other because they're so busy living their own separate lives. And I'm telling you, she act like she just ready for all of this to be over with, for her to be able to get back on her life, get her life back, and possibly get what she can get as far as keeping her image up to par. Because her reputation is everything. And to me, she seemed like she's desperately trying to hold on to her reputation. Now, I feel like she went to court because she's been on the fence all this time about, believing him or not believing him. And I really believe she went to court, allegedly, to find out what's really going on so she can make an informed decision and then try to build her life from that, because they've been together for 8 years. And it's going to take some time for her to detach from him. Even though your spouse or your loved ones do something that's heinous and horrific, it's hard to detach, yourself away from your family, especially, if you depend on him like she depend on him. He's like her personal assistant, and he does everything that she don't want to do. And that's just my take of it.
So you're
And it's
saying that he basically was the boy toy that took care of everything for her.
exactly,
Okay.
yeah, and gave her the certain lifestyle that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hyped her up to let her think that she's more of a bigger star than what she really is. And so she's just ready to get back to all of this. And it's a lot of, and she's not the only woman that don't pay attention to what's going on. I know a lot. I've worked around women for 37 years, and not saying that I'm not a woman because I am, but I just kind of move a little different than what how other women move. And I've watched women just like Shirley. They don't pay attention to anything that's not pertaining to what they're trying to get done.
Do you
And
really
the
think
world could be
that?
just crumbling down. Yeah, the world could be falling apart around them. And until they sit down and just really pay attention to what's what, they really just don't get it. They just keep going as if, nothing is happening. And us, a lot of people would be biting their fingernails, with all of this that she's going through. But she's still being pretty strong to me for what she's going through.
But it seems like this has been going on since I don't know if what happened before the marriage, but she let it be known that it's been going on since the beginning of the marriage. And
Yeah.
they've
But she got
been put out of all these places. Her check has been gone. Like, what lifestyle is he affording her?
Well, she get to ride around in those different Rolls Royces and different cars, and she get to flaunt to her friends about how rich they are and what he bought her for her birthday. And some people, that's real important for them to feel important, to be like the center of attention and the one that everybody, pays attention to. Like, she likes to dress, she like to wear, carry expensive bags. And it's all like it's an image that she's just trying to keep up with, and that's what I really feel like it is. And
Oh, I agree with you on that. I thought you were saying that she does not know about what's really going on. Like she's
well,
that dense.
I don't think she care
Okay, that's a
about
better.
what's really going on. It's not so much like you guys say, what you don't know can't hurt you. So
Mm,
why should I ask these questions? As long as I'm getting what I want, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm gonna just live my life and get what I want. And this man,
mhm,
come pick me up in a different, nice, expensive vehicle.
mhm,
Every time, we're together, we're going on these lavish trips, and
mhm,
he told her he was gonna upgrade her life, and she felt like she was living an upgraded life. I guarantee you.
mhm.
And she just enjoyed that limelight, and he got her feeling like she, got as much money as, Jay-Z and Beyonce to me.
Yeah. Okay, guys,
Allegedly.
I got to do commercial break. Hold on, y'all. Commercial break. Money, money, so much money. Thank you, Stephanie, for the Cash App. Okay, now, guys, I want to take a break for a second and give y'all to say something. Did you guys know what the nickname he had for her?
It was
Yeah.
Candy.
Cotton candy.
Cotton Candy.
Yeah.
Cotton Candy. So, with a name like that, wouldn't that feel like oh wow, he calls me Cotton Candy? I can't like
Yeah,
that.
he loves me.
I don't know. It's just hard for me to find. I'm a very that's why my name is I'm here for the show, because I'm definitely a people watcher, and I
Mm.
watch people and I watch the way they move and I question things. Yeah, I might not question you up front, but I'm going to go do my research. I just cannot see me living my life with my eyes closed and going with my feelings because it feels good. It has to
Right.
make sense to me.
That's how I am too. Like things have to make sense. I'm very, detailed oriented. It has to add up to me. I'm very black and white. So it's kind of hard for me to resonate with Shirley on this. But I do realize that there are people like this that just, go with the flow or blow with the wind. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it because I'd probably have an anxiety attack. I'm like, no, I need to know exactly what's going on, all of that.
Mhm.
But it's just
Yeah,
hard
me
for me.
personally, I couldn't live that way either,
Yeah,
but
I
I
couldn't.
just
I
know
know.
I've just watched people live that way though. Trust me.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing with what you were saying, Stacey. So you were saying that she's willingly like turning a blind eye and being compliant with everything that's going on, so that way it doesn't affect her life and whatever she has going on? Or do you think she's
Yeah.
just totally clueless and just doesn't have a clue in the world, doesn't know, and just doesn't even know to even ask?
Well, the only way you're going to learn anything is by asking questions, is what
But
I've
sometimes
learned.
people don't know to ask. So do you think she's
Yeah.
that clueless, or do you think that she knows enough to ask, but she wants to keep whatever this facade is, this image, so she doesn't ask? Like you said, what you don't know won't hurt you. You think she
Yeah,
has
well,
that mind?
she does that strawberry letter every day, so she's not clueless
Mhm.
and
Thank
oblivious.
you. I was just
And,
gonna
And
say
that's what I
that.
think.
and
Yes.
she's almost 70 years
I
old, so
agree.
she don't live life. She don't seen a lot of things in life. Just like I watched a lot of people, and I only was in the workforce for 37 years, and she's been in the workforce for 50 years. So
Mhm.
she's seen all type of, and she's in telecommunications, and I was in telecommunications, so that's why I know she know more than what she play like she know. I'm
Exactly.
telling you, she don't want to know. She's concerned about her life and her life only. She didn't
And
even
that's
know
what,
how many grandkids they had.
you know what made me think that in this last call, when he said my co-defendant Erica, and Shirley was like, I don't know her.
Yeah, she
She
said,
didn't ask
she said that
anything. Oh,
real
she had it
quick.
really quick, shut it down, and he was
She
kind of
knows
like,
who
kind of, he was
Erica
kind of
is.
taken. He was kind of taken back. But do you see how she like completely dismissed? I would have been like, "Who is Erica?" Okay,
But
and
it's
what did they say she did with you? I would have been tearing the phone up with questions. But she's like, "I don't know her," and
but
I mean,
Nesto probably have a lot of people around Shirley. I'm telling you, like she said, that lady look at her as the help. Shirley look at all of his friends and stuff as the help.
I feel that way too. I feel like she's mad somebody's
She's
looking
not
down
paying
on her
attention.
while she's
Trust
looking
me,
down
she
on
is
them.
not paying attention to what this guy do. She is
I
not
know
paying
that.
attention none whatsoever.
I feel like she could have at least been like, Erica, who is that? Or which one is that? Or something like that, since that is his whole co-defendant. It was just, it
Exactly.
kind
If somebody said
of,
that
uh-huh.
there's a woman co-defendant, I'm like, okay, who is that? What did she
Right.
do? I mean, even if he wouldn't tell me, I would go look it up myself.
But she just said,
Right.
I know her. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, that's strange.
So do you
But
feel,
guys, remember. Go ahead, Sylvia.
I would say,
No,
do you feel she was living in a bubble, even though with everything that's happening around her, the eviction and all this kind of stuff? Do you feel that she has been living in that bubble because she wants to show this, portray to have this perfect life? She's this celebrity and nothing is
Hmm.
going
Hmm.
wrong in her life. Do you think that?
Yep.
I
I
do.
think that wholeheartedly.
yeah.
I do.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I would love?
he props her up. He makes her feel like she's, a brand new woman every time they see her. And I can imagine that they have a very busy lifestyle, so they really don't even have time to pay attention to what's going on with each other. Because if he got a mobile barber shop and he's always out of town traveling and she traveled for her job, it's a very distant relationship. They probably see each other maybe 4 or 5 times a month.
I feel like they probably only see each other when it's an event or they have to show up and have dinner with friends or be around with other people. But I don't feel like they just sit in the house and spend days on end or day after day together. I don't get that from them in these phone calls.
So pretty
Because he's
much,
gone all the time, and then she's probably at home working, and then she leaves. So I don't think they spend that much time together, in my opinion.
they don't have even time to love on each other.
I don't
I
see. I
mean, if
don't
it gets
see
to like
Honey,
that,
romance.
love you. All that. I'm like, are they for real? It like sounds like he's talking to his mother or somebody or an
Mhm.
elderly aunt. There is no romance there at all.
Yeah, no romance, no intimacy. Like they don't have that type of like connection. So that's why I feel like they don't even spend a lot of time together. He's probably
Yeah.
always on and she's living her life, and they probably meet in the middle sometimes to do whatever they do, to meet up,
Hmm.
go to events or to save face. But other than that, I don't think that they spend a lot of time together or that they talk to each other or just know anything about their day-to-day lives.
One thing that I found interesting that I don't know if they're going to allow any filming during the trial or what have you,
They will.
but is there a way for them to compel the famous Shirley Strawberry to testify against her husband since he's really not her husband?
If the court can show that she's not married to him, she has to testify. But if they find a way that she is married to him, she does not have to testify against her husband.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Hey, Butterfly Impress. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Well, what is your input? What do you think about the question we asked about? Do you feel that Shirley's silence is a form of compliance?
I do.
And why?
Oh, let's see. Trying to think. Okay, I got so much on my mind right here. You kind of put me on the spot. So let me just hold my opinion for a little bit later.
Okay, that's fair. All right. I think Stacy, you were saying something. Or was it Stacy? Guys, I did mute you guys because whenever more than one person is open, there's like a feedback. So whenever you finish speaking, just mute yourself and then unmute yourself when you're ready to talk, okay?
Okay. I was asking, do Georgia not recognize because they lived as husband and wife, they won't recognize that? Because like here in Texas, that would be considered common law. You know, if you live together and you do thing, you know, you living as a married couple, but you just don't have paperwork, they would recognize that.
Well, Georgia does not have a common law recognition.
They don't.
Nope.
Only Colorado and Texas have that. And if even if so, say that if she was in Texas, he's married. So they wouldn't even count that as common law marriage because he's already married. They just was living together.
That is true. That is true. Okay.
And also, Sylvia, isn't he also still quote unquote married to one of the other ex-wives as well?
First one, I think. Well, he's supposedly divorced to two of them now.
Oh, he is. Okay. I thought he was married, still so-called married to two.
I know one filed a paperwork in 2022 and the other one filed in
shoot.
in 21, I think. But that's because he was already married to Shirley. I don't know how that works, guys. I really don't know because I'm not an attorney on that, so I don't know. Okay. Gwen says, Sylvia, can you do a survey asking if the group thinks it was more going on behind closed doors? That's a good question, Gwen, but we're going to hold that one for later on. Just remind me. We're just trying to get to this compliance thing here, or complicit, or whatever it is that we want to use in regard to Shirley. Guys, do you think right now, because of her position, her celebrityism, whatever that is, do you think that she's going to continue to act like she don't know and see anything, like nothing's happening, not pay attention to it?
Say that again.
Yeah. Do you think right now, since she's this celebrity and she's going to keep acting like we all talking about this, right? But according to her, she's not saying anything. She just said that one statement, and that's it. She's not going to do anything else. She's just going to hope it just go away. You think that's the way it's going to handle it, or?
I think Debbie had an answer.
I think that she is, because this is how she has done in the past with other things that we didn't know about. I think she tried to do this for as long as she could, but the phone calls came out, and then she was talking about Steve, so she had to address it because the noise was really loud. But I don't think that she should handle it that way. I think she will, but I don't think that she should.
I agree. I think that she's quiet because I think she thinks that protects her, and it protects her job, and it protects Steve. But I don't think it necessarily serves her. I think it would be better for her if she was like a little bit more upfront about what's going on in her life, not just blabbing everything, but just acknowledging it. And I think that people would give her more grace if she did.
Right. I think it would like humanize her in a way, and people will have more grace. Right now, the fact that she's not speaking on it and just hoping that it all goes away, it makes us feel like, okay, you're delusional. You're not really looking at things. I think if she acknowledges the situation, people would extend more grace and show a little more compassion towards her.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The other thing is with Ernest, the attorney submitted a motion for them to revisit the $800,000 bond, right? That it will be the next hearing that he will have. Do you believe that they're gonna lower it?
No.
Oh, I don't even think it matters if they do. Like, who's going to be able to pay? Like, he has all these different charges. How's he going to get out? Who's going to pay for it?
But I thought they had to lower it if you like spend a lot of time in there. The longer you in there, don't your bond supposed to go down lower?
Yeah, they're gonna go. It's gonna go lower. And in fact, the one he didn't have a bond for, he's going to end up getting a bond, because the other ones, in the beginning, there were no bonds until time went by, and then they revisited and they gave him bond. Eventually, he is going to have bond on some of those charges, unless the government, the state, can prove that it's really, really going to be they're very detrimental for him to, that he's going to intimidate the witness and stuff like that. They're going to have to prove it. And if there's no proof, if they don't have any phone calls of him making any threat towards anybody, he most likely is going to get a bond.
But yeah, they give people bonds, but that doesn't mean that you're going anywhere. Like, there is just like a legal thing, or like giving everybody the opportunity to have bond, but he's never going to be able to make bond.
Well, suppose he gets an individual, not
like
an
who?
Individual. I don't know like who. I don't know like who. But he's supposed to get an individual who believes in him. And because, we did have somebody who sent messages to me. There are individuals out there who believes in him and want him to have a fair shot. Okay.
Well, of course, we want him. Anybody. It doesn't matter if they're guilty or innocent, needs to be treated fairly and have their day in court. But he's never getting out. And then he already just took the federal plea. Where is he going? He took a plea.
There was no federal plea.
I thought he took something for guns for 24 months.
Oh, here we go.
Is that wrong, y'all?
We talked about this yesterday.
Oh, I missed it. So what had happened?
There's nothing like that out there.
No, it's not. That's not true.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
No.
We went through the whole thing yesterday.
Okay,
I am here for the show. Last night we laughed about it because last night we laughed. It was late last night, but it was kind of like an insider.
I have to go back and listen.
For us that were on the panel, because we were really saying this, and Miss Sylvia was like, "No, that's not true. I haven't heard anything like that." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, I know I'm not crazy. I've heard this from somewhere." And so we just all laughed about it. But we looked over all the official paperwork, and there's nothing that says that. But there were articles that were published by major publications that reported that. And so a lot of people were believing it, but we didn't find any proof of it in the official documents. Right, Miss Sylvia? I guess you could speak on that.
Yes, we will not spread stuff that are rumors over this platform. We're going to go with actual documents that we have concrete evidence. Okay. Remember, I'm in the court. I have the information. Now, if it's something happened in California and I don't have access to California, it's different. But the state of Georgia, where I have access to look at the different counties, there is no such thing. There's no charges of a gun or anything like that, unless it's in a county that's like doesn't exist. That's there. I can't get the paperwork. So according to the paperwork, there is nothing like that.
So you're saying that you feel like, just say they lower it to 200. That's just for that one charge. He has so many charges that he has bond on. He has to pay all those bonds.
And I can give you the amounts on all the other ones too.
And it's not going to happen. Like if he had these benefactors, he wouldn't have been nickel and dime Shirley. He would have already had money on his books.
Well, Big Ego said that it's the law that every human must have a reasonable bond. Now, reasonable is the key word.
That's the key word, because there are people with $1 million bonds and they're not millionaires because of what they did.
So my question,
reasonable for that crime.
But you got to also remember here for the show, you got to remember everything that he has right now are charges. There's no indictment present right now.
No, I'm saying like, so I hear him like every time he goes to court, he'll get a 10,000, a 2, a 800. But so he has to make bond on all those different charges, right? If they gave bond on it, just say he has a bond on everything. He has to make bond on every single one of them. It's not one single amount.
That's true. But remember, it's only 10% of what it is.
Yeah. And he ain't got it.
So I have a question. So can he, let's say, can he sell all his assets to even attempt to make bond if he does?
They repossessed everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then Miss Sylvia, wasn't something anonymous donor was going to put up $800,000 bond when he first went in and thought he was going to get out.
Yep.
So he do have anything else about that since.
Well, he never got bond on anything. He didn't get bonded on all of the charges, and remember they kept bringing charges and dropping charges and adding charges. So that's the reason why he's in there, because every time he get ready to get a bond or they give him a bond, then they'll throw some more charges on him and then he have to wait for court to go to to another bond hearing. And that's how they're kind of stringing him along, look like to me.
That is so true.
I don't know. I just feel like Ernesto is a petty criminal. You can tell that by his cohorts, the gentleman that he talks to on the phone, the different guys. Those are street level, I'm gonna call them thugs. I don't think he has access to money like that. I think what his game was when he was on the street, how he kept his thing rolling was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like how they talked about how he took the car from this person, sold the car, bought this, then brought somebody else and told him he was going to do this for them. Then he would take that money and do something else with it. I don't think he really it's a shell game. I don't think he has any money. He had the appearance of money. And then he had his wife who did have reasonable money, but not the kind of money that they wanted to be able to live the way they wanted to live. Because if that were the case, they would have some sort of asset to their name. They don't have any.
Oh, I totally agree with you. I don't think he got a quarter either. But I was just saying it was an anonymous donor, that was going to put up the $800,000 when he first got in trouble. Now, granted, they didn't know all the information and they may have changed their minds, but he did have somebody that was going to front him the bond. That's all. Because I totally agree with you. I feel like he's a petty thief too. He just ain't got caught good yet.
Yeah, I think that's just how he got caught. He messed with the wrong person. That last time when he was in that house and there was somebody smart enough to say, hey, wait a minute, this guy is doing all this different stuff. We need to pull all this stuff together and figure out what's going on here. He's been doing this for years.
But they have to prove it.
Yeah. And then he dumb enough to be riding around with a backpack full of information and a laptop.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yep.
So does he have a public defender or a private attorney?
Public defender.
Oh yeah,
He
you gotta
had he
realize
had a private,
you gotta pay them too.
Not a
not
public
the
one.
public.
Not a public one. There's a private one you do.
No, we
Oh okay.
paying for that.
Oh man.
Okay. Someone has said that on my July 12th video, I had said something about a gun in the video. Guys, back then I was listening to videos and I did not do my homework. But once I did my homework, I had to come back and make the correction. I don't mind correcting myself when I'm wrong. So that's how I came up. I was listening to other things like you guys. I saw articles. I didn't see an article. I heard a video of someone's video, and I was following the video that I heard, and I just put it in there without doing my homework, which I was wrong, and that's why I have to come back and fix it. But okay, go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to address that for a second.
I also think Shirley is being compliant and being quiet because her boss told her to be quiet and to just let this ride out because he said he don't address rumors and he just don't want her to address this and just ride it out.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be rumors if it's court document.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, this is more than rumor and gossip. We have some.
I understand, but that's how he put it though. You know, that's how
Right.
he sees it. I'm sure.
I mean, that for his situation that might work, but Shirley, I mean, there's some documents and these phone calls and just other things that we kind of would like her to speak out on, or at least, acknowledge it more than what she has done, because I mean, there is the evidence, like you said, and the documentation. So
maybe she might be a witness and she can't say anything. Could be.
Yeah, I was thinking that too because of the way she was questioning him on some of those, the way she just say I was wondering that if she flipped.
That could be true. That makes sense too.
I'm curious to know if possible when they do go to trial, will they subpoena Steve to get up there?
Probably not.
Or what?
I don't think what would Steve. They probably would have to show some sort of connection with Steve and him.
I don't think they even talk to each other.
Yeah, whoever go to court, they have to have some information of the reason why they need them in court.
I want to know what's up with Erica. Like, will Erica drop the dime? Will she testify against him?
Well, I think Erica's gonna save her own butt. So, I think that's gonna be the problem he has.
That seems like to me, Erica seems to be like trying to save herself at this point and make whatever work for her work for her. So I think that's what she's on right now.
Like, I wonder, do you know, Sylvia, if she's ever served any time the way that he has?
Who, Erica? I haven't. She has some petty stuff that I saw, but I didn't see anything major.
Because did you hear on the call that time he said he's been in federal prison as well?
Yeah, remember for the bank stuff?
Yeah, 10 years.
That's because of the banks, the money thing.
Yep. But Shirley said she like ratchet TV, so maybe she like, ratchet men also.
Apparently.
She probably do.
Yep.
Kimberly Bloom says, "I'm here for you." Kimberly. Okay, what did Kimberly say earlier? Hold on, Kimberly Sylvia. I was in the room with the Angel, Dominique, Nautica, and Miss Shirley. Huh? Okay, hey, Big Ego.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
I refuse to stay on this call to 3 something in the morning.
Vicky girl, we
I
had a good time last night.
refuse. Oh, my jaws was sore this morning because my husband thought he was dreaming. He heard all these women talk. He said, "Who is that?" And I hurry up and jumped out the bed and went out the room. It was hilarious. I could not stop laughing. Now, I have a couple questions, just feeding the mind a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be shocked if the people that own the property had friends in the detective and the investigators bureau, and that's how this went so high so quick? Because, okay, you didn't pay rent, you got put out, you got eviction that they didn't even really file until after they, contacted police about the cars and the Harleys and what have you. How did that go so quick? That's one question. With just non-payment of rent, did they have some friends somewhere? Just food for thought. Secondly, why in the world was Steve risk? Because Steve is very, very insecure. He needs Marjorie for a lot of things other than just to be arm candy. So why would Steve risk everything that he's worked for, paid the piper, who knows how he got what? We're not talking about that. For Triple No G to go to any of his properties in Dubai or anywhere else. Besides that, you guys got to remember, he had to turn in his passport, which he said they stole his passport, but whatever. Food for thought again. It's good to see a man on the panel, so they can't say we man bashing. So hey, Emmanuel. Food for thought. After this is over, who's gonna care if Shirley take him back or not? I mean, really, who's gonna care? If she can't make big girl decisions, no matter how bad they hurt, we've all probably had to make some, and big boy and big girl decisions. She's gonna keep spinning the same web until it's spin out. But after this is over, his trial is over, he's gonna be like the Murdoch man. We don't even talk about him no more. So, everything in the mean, everything in the mean and in between, we're educating ourselves now. But it's fun. It's fun. Y'all don't see me and Demi in the comments. We be rolling, but it's fun. And I know something else I wanted to say last night, and this I think is my last thing, and then I'm getting back in the bushes. Southern people talk different. Now, I'm the first one to destroy his language because it just go in my head, and it's like it's somebody scratching a chalkboard. That bond. And what are you laughing for all the time? Stop laughing. But Southern people talk different. Do anybody know someone from New Orleans?
Yes.
That tongue is flat, and nobody sounds like New Orleanians, than them. So we're comical. We're getting facts as well. But I just want to defend Triple No G just for like a half second. If you notice, everybody he talked to, but Shirley talks like him. So are we gonna beat up all of Georgia? Because he talked real bad. No, we're not. And so I said that to say this. Carry on. I'm in the bushes. I just wanted to give us something to think about outside of this. Because if we see Shirley in the street, in an exclusive mall with her $1 million a year, she might not speak to us. We might not know her. and she's going on with her $5 million contract. And we would think, oh, yeah, that's Shirley Strawberry. That sounds like Shirley Strawberry up there at the register. Oh, well, she wouldn't. Oh. And we going on about our day. So let's enjoy now. Let's have some facts. And as I always say, be good to yourself because nobody else is required to. I'm going back in the bushes.
Oh, Biggie, go before you go.
Okay.
Somebody just brought up, on this last phone call, there was Danny Lee in the comments, and that's what I was thinking too, especially after hearing this last phone call, because I did not see the correlation between Steve and him going to stay over in Dubai at one of his properties. I didn't believe that, and I'm like, where are they getting this from? It really didn't. I didn't wrap my head around it, and I kind of just let it go because I didn't believe it. But on this last call, or on one of the calls, I think they were talking about, what did Danny Lee just say, that Lamont was in Dubai per the jail calls. So it might have been something like that. I don't know where they got Shirley's boss from with it, but I think that he has some other ties over there. That might have been the case.
And doesn't
Okay.
he have pictures of himself in Dubai on his Instagram?
They were there. Shirley was there.
Shirley was there with her
If you look
crew,
on
with her
his
work.
Instagram, he's out in the desert. He has his head wrapped. He has the whole thing going on.
Yeah.
And I think that was Dubai, but I might be wrong.
It was, and Dre was there, but then Shirley was also there with her crew. So I was wondering, I thought it was like maybe a fringe trip. Shirley might have gone over there with Steve and her crew, and Ernesto might have invited a couple of friends. But then also, as I'm hearing with these calls, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That was rude. Go ahead. I want to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, he was in jail the last time Shirley was in Dubai.
No, but I'm on the pictures. I was just looking, and it looked like the same time that he was over there and Shirley was over there, and they were all over there. Shirley was there with the and then Ernesto was over there. Does anybody
now let me
recall
ask you
pictures?
this? I remember, wasn't he kind of big on those pictures? I remember those pictures very, very vaguely. But let me ask you this. What fella you know get a passport?
And that's what I was
Just
wondering.
I'm not saying nothing.
You can't have a passport if you're a felon?
No.
I didn't know
you
that.
can run free in the United States, but don't nobody else want you over there doing the stuff that you do. You know, we're the home of the free and the land of the brave. Everybody want to come over here for our freedom. They stay in their country. They get killed for some of the stuff we do over here. Yeah.
But he said that on some of the calls, guys. He said they're accusing me of wanting to run to the bar to go be your boss. Remember, he said that on the phone call. He said, I didn't say any of that kind of crap. You know, that's not the word he used.
Right.
And he said they stole my passport. So
right.
He said he had a passport. We don't know that.
He said that, right.
Yeah,
but
he said that.
You cannot get a passport and be a felon. Unless something has changed since COVID, because you know a whole lot has changed that we just almost can't keep up on since COVID. But I don't know why COVID would make a difference, because when COVID was going on, they had in other countries, we couldn't even go over there, and they couldn't leave from over here to go home because of COVID.
Well, you don't think maybe his lawyer may have made him one?
Made him? How do you make one?
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking, you know, after you have served your time, because I got a cousin that he got a passport, and now that I'm thinking, and he goes all over the place.
Can he vote?
I'm thinking to myself, it's a lot
He
of
can vote. He can vote now.
Can he vote?
They can vote.
He can vote now. He
can
vote now.
in jail. You can vote in jail in Georgia.
Get out.
Inmates vote.
Get out.
That's my first time hearing that.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Yeah, they learned all that when with Barack Obama. And they were you have to get an absentee ballot, and they bring it and they let you fill it out and you can vote.
But that was the joy of not being a felon, to be able to vote and do freedom activities. If you're a felon, well, I don't know. I just
Well, I
never
think
heard
that
of
the way
that.
they're
I'm not
looking
gonna.
at it is you
Mhm.
paid your debt so you can have your rights restored.
You can. It is a such thing as that, but it has to be a sponge first, and it's most of the
Mhm.
time have to be a certain amount of years.
I don't
It
Well,
think you
remember,
can
Shirley
expunge a
expunged his record,
felony.
you
though.
well, if it's
No, you can't.
You
a
can expunge a misdemeanor.
no, you can expunge a felony.
Mhm.
It has
Mhm.
to be one. It can't be multiple because you just not learning. You just taking advantage of the system.
I never heard of expunging a felony. Never
Yeah,
even heard
Me
of that.
neither.
But
You
remember, Shirley
expunge
got
a
his record
misdemeanor.
expunged
a
when they
low
first got
felony you
married.
can't. Yeah, now you can't expunge stuff like murder and all that. You just won't vote anymore. But now that you guys said that, I've never heard of that in my life. Voting in
And
jail. What's the process of you being punished if you get an absentee ballot in jail?
But
can
everybody in jail just waiting to go to court. They ain't been all of them are not guilty.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
I
change
don't
the
know what
word
the
from jail to
stipulation.
penitentiary. Maybe
I don't know what
that
the
might do better.
if
stipulations were, but they did let them vote. I don't know what your
Wow,
status had to be.
if you
wow.
read if you read in the chat, there's somebody last name Jones. Um, he said according to the USA Today, most felons can get a passport without a problem.
Get out.
This
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I've never heard. I'm telling you, I've never heard it, and I've worked. Well, I've never heard it, but I will say this: Ernesto is a lying liar that lies. So him saying you know what? Let me take his name back. His name is Ernest, and I just don't want to give him the class of who uh who Ernesto would be to call him that. He's Ernest. So Ernest is a lying lie that lies. So for him to say he's in Dubai, he might be in Mississippi digging
yeah.
crawfish.
hmm
I just don't believe nothing he says.
Oh
So
no, Ling believe what he said. I saw the pictures. He
if
was in
we
Dubai.
saw the picture, yeah, and vaguely, I remember something because I remember a picture. He's big, and I said, "How did he get that big and that small?" And one of the conversations, I think it was Dre,
It was Lamont.
asked him, "Are you still big, man?
Yeah,
You getting
it was
big?" And
Lamont.
okay, so that explains that big picture. But we never seen but that one big picture, and I guess that's post
That's
penitentiary. I don't know.
yeah. That's no. That's when he got out.
Yeah,
He
post
that's when he
penitentiary.
got out. He yeah. That's when he got out. And because he said, nah, man, I don't want to be that big like that
That's right.
because that
Mhm.
he said, I remember that conversation. He said, nah, man, I don't want to be big like that. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. I remember
And
that.
he kind of joked about being that big and
Yeah.
eating something and doing something. I can't remember what he says, but
hmm
food for thought. Um, huh, I think I wasn't looking to see who said about you can vote in jail.
Hmm.
Who said that? Let me turn my.
Me.
Wait a minute. Who is the me?
I am here for the show.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm interested, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just like
Hmm.
to know right. Because
Hmm.
my job depends on me telling people correctly. And I have never heard that. So
Okay,
that
go
means
to the
that,
Georgia Justice Project.
wait, can I ask you this? Is
Hmm.
that just in Georgia that you know of?
Now that I don't know. I just
Okay.
know that you remember they were just trying
Yeah.
to get everybody to
Yeah.
vote. People were voting for the first time, all that type of stuff. And that's when they found out that if you're in jail, I don't know about prison. If you are in jail and you're
Mm-hmm.
not in there for a felony,
Gotcha.
um, you can vote. And they were able to get absentee ballots and
Wow.
cast their vote.
And if you haven't been convicted yet, if you
Yeah,
just
and
sitting
you
in
have
there,
you're just waiting. You're not
yeah,
convicted. You're just in a
I could
holding
see
pattern.
that.
Now
I
let
could
me
see
give
that.
you guys something else to think about. Do anybody think that Ernest has been in there what, a year and almost a half? that this is too long to be guilty or innocent. Let's play the hypothetical giant. Let's say he's totally innocent and we just don't want to be around him because he talk crazy and he act crazy and whatever we want to say. And that man is really, really innocent. Are we not doing an injustice to our community by having him in jail that long?
There are people been in jail longer than him.
Longer,
He's not
yes.
special. Yeah,
No,
longer than him.
no.
That's injustice.
I'm not trying to
me.
say he's special. I'm just saying, do we feel, okay, let's look at it this way. If it was our grandchildren, would we not want them to have a speedier process to prove they're innocent, or either the state prove that they're guilty? And
But
I'm
every
not.
state is like that,
Well,
though.
that's
Every
why they
state
give
is
you
a
bond. So if you can make bond, you can get out.
Exactly.
And some people
Exactly.
can make it, and they're just in there.
But he is playing, I believe, he's playing the lawyer game. Okay, can anybody tell me this?
Wow.
Why did he, what happened to BC? Because Shirley was paying him.
Yeah.
What
I
happened to
don't
him?
know. I think she just wised up. I'm not sure.
BC didn't seem like he was interested
At all.
and
He
I
was
don't know because
interested
he
in
wasn't
getting
going to
payments.
see. He wasn't going. That's it. He was not. That's the only time that they could get in touch with him was when it was time to see what the payment was going to be or see if he received payment or that arrangement. Other than that, they could not get in contact with him. He was not going to see him. None of that. It seemed like the only time that Ernest really talked to him was when they were about to go to court or had court. That was to me from the calls.
Because Sonia kept saying, your lawyer's supposed to come see you. Your lawyer's supposed to come see you. Sonia kept saying that.
But did she ever fly up here like she said she was to go see him?
I doubt it. Sonia broke. Sonia don't work.
Sonia is another scammer. It's funny to me.
Yeah,
I
she's
feel
a
like
scammer.
Sonia is scamming him while he's scamming her.
Yes.
It's like who's
Yes.
scamming who?
Yep.
Scamming going everywhere.
Yep.
Yep.
And why was she shocked?
He said Sonia needed to fly down. Oh my God.
Why was Sonia,
that's
how did Sonia wind up being shocked?
She said, I can't remember. She told that long story. Yeah, she was involved with some guy and she ended up getting shot, and she used to own 17 houses. And
yeah, the Lord don't do the houses.
It was a long story and I can't remember.
It was extremely long line worth. My rugs would have been dried on one end, listen to them lies from the other end.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but those are not his only two women. Nesto got a ring of women. Those are just, Shirley and Sonya's just two of them.
Oh, I figured that. I figured he had a slew of women everywhere.
Him and his whole crew. It's like they all got something going on, but you can't put your finger on it. So
do you know if Emmanuel, if he got on here and say, yeah, bruh, I'm gonna have you a whole ring of women when you get out, I will instantly click. I will probably not log back on here. Either I would look and see if he's on here, because I don't want anybody telling me, and I'm married very happily most of the time. How many women you gonna have for me?
But he's not happily married.
Exactly.
He married to somebody at some point in time.
His wife is married.
Oh, good.
And she ain't even married, okay?
That was good.
And she ain't even married.
Right.
Can you imagine that you went through all of this for a ninja that you're not even married to?
The Bible said the man you got ain't even yours. Lord Jesus.
Yep.
I just, y'all just went there.
But I'm telling y'all, they don't spend that much time together. They don't have time to be married.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
And
they're both busy.
If you guys remember something Sylvia said last night, she says, and nobody seems to hear this. And I'm not victim shaming. I'm not. But why did nobody say a word about what this man took from them, did to them, but that one woman because she wanted a Tahoe, whatever it was, but he hadn't did nothing facetious, felonious, anything until it hit the news in Georgia saying, if you know this man, come to us. And then everybody want to come say he did something.
That's
I don't
not
like that.
That's what I
necessarily
said
true.
last night.
It wasn't just her. It was also the lady who sold
Yep.
him the ring.
The
It
teacher.
was the teacher. It was the
Mhm.
car dealership. A lot of people said
The
something.
homeowner. The homeowner.
But nobody
Yeah.
said it until
I
it hit
think
the
it's
news.
the fact that those are petty to the police, so they didn't put the big picture together until somebody in Roswell was like, "Wait a minute, we keep
The
hearing this
friend.
name.
Oh,
We keep hearing this name. Something is going on here larger than what we think."
And where there's smoke, there's fire.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if you have somebody that you have a straight call to say, look, this house looks like it's abandoned or haven't been lived in, it's barely furnished. They got hogs out in the back, ambulances, and excuse me, hogs are Harley Davidsons. In the back, ambulances, Bentley, they probably selling dope out the house. You know that's what they said now.
Exactly. Of
That's it.
course.
You
That's
know
what I
that's what
would
they
think.
said.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they said
well, law
something
enforcement,
was
of course.
going on,
Sure.
because there wasn't even any furniture in there. And
Right.
then don't forget, Erica was next door.
Next door.
And they
Now,
were
let me tell you
questioning
something about
her
that.
about both properties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. And I'm not talking about my husband. He has a baritone voice. He sings baritone and tenor, and he's very high in depth. If he was next door to my property, I'll hear him say, "Hachu." What was she doing? Now, I know my husband sounded his truck. What was she doing? And that man was next door. And you
I
didn't
don't
know
think
he was
she ever
next
lived
door.
in that
Shirley
house.
wasn't living there.
She wasn't
She
living
wasn't
there.
living
She was
there.
living in another house that they were scamming in. She wasn't living
Mm.
there.
Okay, can I say just one thing? And we just, I'm trying not to tell y'all how I know certain things, but Shirley had been living in that house. I
She
don't
didn't
know
have any
that
furniture in it.
stint. No, but I don't know that stint of how long, what happened. I don't have a clue. But Shirley had been living in that house. Now, we saw a picture on Ernest's Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, this is so much in my head. It's got real estate need to pay taxes in my head, all of this. I believe it's Ernest's Instagram. And it was a Thanksgiving, and everybody went to berserk saying, this is Erica sitting right there. This is Erica. If we pay attention, that's not Erica sitting. Erica might have been taking the picture, but that was not Erica sitting at that table. But you know what? I'm going to take that back. I don't think that was Sylvia's platform. I believe that was Bougie something, whatever it is. But that was not Erica at that table. Now, Erica might have been taking the picture because it was a space set at that table, and somebody had to take the picture.
Right.
But that lady sitting there was not Erica. That was
Well,
the mate of the
I have to
man.
I have to defend Bougie on that. She gave us a poll on it. She said, she don't never say like
Doesn't that
she didn't
mean
even say
what?
that she didn't even say it was Shirley in court. She just said, "Do you think it's Erica or do you think it's Shirley?"
Well, the one that I saw, she was hyped. Now, this has been over a month ago when somebody said something about the Instagram page. And she went and says, let's see. And she went on there and it was so hyped up. It's like, oh, I got to go. I can't do this foolishness. And I'm not calling her foolish, but some things, when you want to know something, you just take it and run, and you're not really looking. If we turn pictures sometimes sideways, you'll be amazed at what you see different from just looking straight at it. You'll be amazed.
But one thing I will say, Erica does appear more than one time
Sure.
on his timeline of pictures. She's
Sure.
talking and having conversation with him. He calls her his business partner.
Yep.
So there's no way that she does not know who Erica is.
And she's tagged on a lot of his pictures.
A lot of the pictures,
and
she
Cotton
likes
Candy is Shirley. What do he call it? His Cotton Candy, I think. And she's tagged on a lot of these pictures. Well, before I tag anything, I'm gonna ask my husband who that is.
And she
who
likes
the people. Who them people, Hoppo?
She knows who Erica is.
You know,
she might not know her, but she know who Erica
he
is.
might lie, but I'm gonna ask.
That's the thing. I don't, and that's what I was saying about this last phone call. The way that she was like, I don't know her. I'm like, okay, so you're not even gonna ask or anything to see like what Erica are you talking about?
It's
Especially
like
the one that he's
she
pictured
put
on the
stank
news
on
with.
it when she said,
She
I don't
did.
know.
I don't know her.
It was dismissive. It was very dismissive, and he was kind of taken aback about it. He was like,
you know what you know what it seemed like when which one of them, Lamont was it? Said, man, don't be putting my name in there like we doing something we ain't doing. That's how her tone was. Like, I don't know her. Don't get me involved in that. I'm trying to get my contract renewed.
And do y'all remember the time he brought up her name and he said, Erica, just say
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. She said, oh,
why would he
yeah.
do that? Because he didn't want to say her whole name.
He didn't want to say her name.
And at the end of the day, he may have told her that was Erica Hewley or somebody. You never know about this stuff.
Might have.
But then Shirley was like, who is that woman?
He may have introduced her to one of her other names.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked though, because the other, on another phone call, Shirley was like, "Who is this woman? Who is that woman?" He was like, "Erica, blah blah blah." And then on this last call, she's like, "I don't know her.
I don't know." And
I'm like,
what you know,
night and
Erica
day.
is a generational name for Black people and now white. So it could be her grandkid, a great grandkid, a neighbor, the mail lady. Who is Erica?
So
Erica,
that's
who?
why I say
Blah,
that
blah, blah.
Shirley is willfully ignorant. She feels like if she
Absolutely.
doesn't see it, hear it, taste it, it does not exist.
Well, no, is that bad though?
Is it
That's
bad?
what she's been living her life for a long time. She hasn't been paying attention.
It got her where she is today.
Okay,
It is
now.
bad. It is bad.
So that's bad.
Well, $5 million contract.
70 years old.
Yeah.
It's not bad if you have a good husband that is actually taking care of everything. But I even think then you still have to fact check and make sure that things are being taken care of every now and then. I mean, I
agree. I'm going to say this, and maybe Emmanuel could chime in on this.
Mm-hmm.
We have Christmas Eve dinner at our home for, blended family. And my husband's side grandkids bring their whoever they fooling with right there. Y'all know I'm trying to say it just nice. Y'all see me, don't you? And they came by me at the door about 4 Christmas Eves, and everybody smelled like Mary J. Wanna. I'm standing at the door trying to figure out, am I high or do I just need a nap? But what caught me more was they didn't speak to me. I'm holding my door open. So I stood there a few minutes. I needed some air. And so I went through my house. And every woman's house is theirs. The man could pay for it, but we call it ours. And I says, hey, y'all, did any of y'all speak to me when y'all came in here? Oh, I bad. I went and told my husband, I said, baby, come here. I staggered on in the back. Y'all wasn't that high. I'm just saying that to be funny. I staggered on the back. He said, what's going on? I says, what we will not do is have someone walking in my house. Now, it's both of our houses. Walking in my house and don't speak to me. And when I say something, they say my bad. So I went in there and I questioned everybody. You don't want to answer no questions? Get out, because I'm finna put you out anyway. Now, I said that to say this. I'm not going to be stupid at my house. Now, I ain't calling Shirley stupid, but I think it's an amount of something. If you're my husband's friend, if he have to get up and talk on the phone, go all outside in the garage, something ain't right. You better have me a good surprise what you hiding. But it's like she don't want to, I don't even know whether to call it stressful. She just don't want to know. But do we know if Shirley have anxiety problems, a little bit of functioning mental illness where some things she just cannot deal with?
Yeah,
So she
she
don't
said it.
ask.
She said it. She said that she has anxiety on that
Mhm.
interview.
That's a lot.
She said
So
she has
maybe it's
anxiety.
good for her not to ask. But is it good for her not to know? That's two different things. Two different things. So I'd like to know, I missed Emmanuel coming on. What is a man's point of view? Are you defending Ernest? What do you think? Because I think his point of view might be totally different from ours, or either it's just me, I missed it.
Nah, I'm not defending him at all. He doesn't have a pot to piss in.
Okay.
To keep it
Well,
honest with you.
if you look at it on the outside, can he find a pot and get out of some of this?
That's a
Okay,
good
can he
question.
get out of 2 counts?
He might
I'm
have to
pretty sure
drop
he's
them
going to
off.
beat something. Maybe not everything, but he's going to beat something.
Okay. Could he have got the computer? Another food for thought question, you guys. And just remember these food for thought questions. Could he have gotten the computer from the pawn shop on Peach? Okay, could he have gotten the computer from a pawn shop and this stuff was already loaded on the computer?
He could have.
He could have.
That's what I was thinking, that they were going to try to argue. Like maybe it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't his laptop, or maybe somebody else uses it,
Mm-hmm.
put stuff on there, and he just had it in his bag. So I can already see that argument being prepared. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Don't they
the
tell you,
You
or
know,
I'm just going to say, like, if you have possession of something, that you're
Mhm.
responsible for it?
That's correct. You should know what's on there
Mm-hmm.
and be
all
able
it's
to
gonna.
delete it and all of that.
I mean, yeah, you could do that, but all it's gonna take is for them to get an IT person, and they'll
That's
be able
right.
to figure out.
That's right.
Exactly.
They'll go
Mm-hmm.
down that lane, and they'll be able to find that out real quick.
Do you know stuff that's deleted on the computer is never really deleted?
It's not.
Correct.
No, they're not.
That's right.
You
It's
can
not.
delete it while they're following you.
Just like
Yeah.
Facebook, it's backed up with
Yep.
this company called Meta. I just found that out like a month ago.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, Meta. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just like we have a permanent big brother now that's not going to let us do anything too absurd for too long.
Right.
Because we think we're getting away with it today, it might come back to haunt us the 5th of July.
It's so much so. My husband and I talked about that. Like, I know the life of a criminal is super hard now. I mean, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Your phone is pinging everywhere. Even I heard that even some of these things, when you turn them off,
They
they
still do.
are giving off a signal.
Mhm.
Your car is giving off a signal because now everybody has navigation on your car. So if they really wanted to get you and see if you drove your car somewhere, they can download that data off your car.
Do you know geeky kids know how to do this tech stuff better than the police department does?
Oh yeah.
Police department have a department specifically for Instagram, specifically for X, formerly known as Twitter. I feel like I was talking about Prince. A department just for Facebook that's now Meta, and you would be amazed at the backdoor ways they have of going through.
So
I mean, they
when I
have
watch, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, they have programs that are hacking programs. When you graduate in 8, 10, 12 weeks, you are officially a hacker and they give you a certificate in hacking.
I have a coworker like that just now. He just
Wow.
applied for a contract in
Yep.
DC.
Yep.
Currently, as
When
we're
I watch,
speaking, he just got hired, and he does
Yep.
that now.
Get paid big too, I bet.
yeah,
Real good.
when I watch First 48, they usually like they will
Mm-hmm.
send like their phones or their computers or
Yep.
whatever they're looking at as evidence. They'll send it to their technology department,
Do
is
you
what they
always see
call
them
it.
plug it
And
up to something?
They
yeah,
know
well,
what you search
they'll wait to get
Mm-hmm.
for.
it back from them, but they'll wait to
Yep.
get it
Yeah.
back from them. Sometimes they'll send it off to them, and then they'll wait to get back the information
Yep.
from what they have. So sometimes they're not equipped to do it themselves, especially if they
Hmm.
need it unlocked or
Well,
anything like that. They'll send
Right,
it
because they have
to their
right.
third-party
tech
contracts with
department.
these companies. They have third-party contracts with these
And they
companies.
need a
Exactly.
subpoena. They need a subpoena. And usually what they're
Exactly.
waiting for those weeks or months, the person don't give them the okay to go in the phone. Like we're on Sylvia's live now. Sylvia can give them her data, that what we all said and how we said it. But if she don't want to give them the data, all they're gonna do is subpoena.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Eventually,
all.
she's gonna have to. They're not gonna be back. So they're gonna hit on the door one day, just come snatch all the computers out, tear up a house. They still gonna get it. You
But
know,
they
just
say that the best thing for you to have is an iPhone, because if you have a passcode on your iPhone, um, Apple's not going to help them crack into your
No.
phone. And if they cannot figure out what your
mhm.
passcode is, they can't get in your phone.
That's what the subpoena is for.
No, they still can't get in. You know, like
Hmm.
the Murdaugh,
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
they finally figured out what his son's password was,
Password. Hmm.
which was his
Yeah,
birth
they
name.
did. They
They
did.
Hmm.
could
I
not
watched
get
that.
in that phone without
Yeah,
the
I
Hmm.
saw
password,
that.
and they saw the video.
Yep. But again, they can get a subpoena, and when they get the subpoena, Apple have to comply. Now, Apple will argue the point. That's why you pay so much. I'm not an Apple user. I'm an old person Android, but um, I just want to give it to you so you can get it over with. You're gonna get it anyway. Just here, take the phone. I'm going to get another one. You don't have to get out and back. I don't even want it. And get whatever you want to get, and let's keep moving because it ain't even worth it at the end. All you're doing is prolonging the agony. Just give it to them. But with Ernest's stuff, he don't even know how to talk and text. He tells Shirley, "Is that hard for you?" She says, "Oh no, honey." He says, "I never could. I never could talk and text." And I looked at my phone and I almost did it. It's like, who you finna text? You're not even talking. You listen to Sylvia. What are you finna do? I just wanted to
Y'all,
see if it was hard. I do it
well,
every day, all day.
it's going to be interesting. I cannot wait till, it happens. Hopefully we'll be able to see through
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sylvia what's going on in
Mm-hmm.
the courtroom every day. It's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. And this
Exactly. I
is,
can't wait to see this trial. This is going to be something for the birds.
yeah, man. I mean, I believe we have not seen nothing yet. And I actually know that for a fact. But it's like, how much more can it be? And I actually know how much more it is, but it's ridiculous. But I'm almost sure everything that we throw on the wall don't stick. We hoping the spaghetti we
No.
throw up in the air because somebody told us it's done when it stick. Don't throw my spaghetti on my ceiling. Everything is not gonna stick.
No,
But
it's
some
not.
things won't stick because they got the bigger of the thing. So they just want him with something. Now I want to ask another food for thought question. Who have he made mad why they want him, the pots, the pans, and the kitchen sink? Hmm?
Mm, ain't
Demi,
no
you don't
telling.
know? Miss
About what
Sylvia,
now?
you don't know?
Sylvia
Uh,
stepped away for a minute.
Oh,
Say
okay.
that again.
Hold
Wait.
on. Repeat what you said.
Repeat
Repeat
that
what you
again.
said,
Did
Nikki. Though I
he
didn't hear all of it.
who did he make upset while they're trying to throw the pots, the pan, and the kitchen sink at him?
I don't know.
You
I know
know,
that when
somebody.
Dion
I
and
don't
Lamont
even
were on
know.
the phone, they
I
were
can't
talking
even
about
answer
some
that.
woman that a woman that might have wanted him or something like that. That's what they were speculating on the phone. I'm making a joke
Um,
about it. That's what they were saying. But I
oh,
don't know.
Old girl went and told old girl everything. That's
Uh-huh.
what
They
it
were like,
said.
it's somebody that you either gave some to or
the
probably want some. Was that
California
they
something.
were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
So
about?
remember,
something.
guys,
Uh-huh.
on his Instagram, that lady that was when we was going through his Instagram, that lady was saying that you left me and why won't you talk to me? And
Oh
remember, it
wow.
was somebody that was kind of
Oh,
following him on Instagram, giving out real sad messages about him not talking to her no more.
mm,
Oh, I didn't hear
But you
that.
know, with
mm,
all he do is no telling who he make mad.
mm.
You know what? I'm just curious to know, like, to all those women that he messed with, I wonder did they ever have run-ins with each other?
With
Hmm.
him, you never know whether they was on the bus and he's standing outside. I mean, you just don't know. But
But I know a lot happened at Walmart parking lot.
you ain't
Isn't
telling no tale now. I mean, Walmart, he owed Walmart some restitution. You just taking up space in our parking lot, just having at it, if that's correct.
bunch of
Well, he
pimping and
probably told him he
pandering?
was. Oh, he
Yeah.
probably told him he was cutting hair in the parking lot.
But that's a business. You can't do that in a business parking lot.
But you know, Walmart is RV friendly. They allow
Yeah, an
people
18 wheeler.
to,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
allow that.
And he
But
may have had
let's,
a. He may have had. You know, sometimes sometimes food trucks be at different. Parking lots and stuff. So sometimes they get permission to do that kind of stuff.
let's look at the homeowners. I need for somebody other than me to see who these homeowners on the properties next door to each other, who they were, and some of this stuff will start making sense.
But why do you say that? Why isn't it just that he's a criminal and he got caught? Like, why does there always have to be some kind of big conspiracy to set up Nesto? Like,
No,
why?
I don't call it a conspiracy at all. He just got busted. But for simple non-payment of rent, all that
But
is a
I don't think that's
paper.
why they called them there. They called them there because they felt
Mm,
like, I think that the property was rented to Shirley or her daughter, or Shirley and her daughter. He was not even on the lease, if I
mm.
remember correctly. And like there's no Shirley there, and there's no furniture there, but
But
he's there. So
but you
they're like,
think about,
okay, why is he there? He's not even, they didn't even rent it to him.
And he owed a lot of money.
that's what I was about
It
to
was a
say.
high value property, and so they could be making money
Mm-hmm,
off of someone else. So yeah, they're gonna call
mm-hmm.
the landlord is gonna try to get the process started
Yeah.
as soon
Right,
as
So I
possible
think
because
they
right.
he's having to
thought
pay that mortgage until he
some
gets someone else
funny
in there.
business was going on there, like something illegal. Some people I've heard say they think that maybe he was using it as like a house to run women out
Right,
of. I
right.
don't
Mm-hmm,
know, but yeah,
mm-hmm.
they said they felt like something crazy was going
But
on.
let's say it was a dope house. We don't have no substance to that at all. But let's just use it a dope house.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey,
Okay.
Okay.
But
um,
also before you make your point,
okay.
Go
Ego,
ahead. Go ahead.
he I forgot what I was gonna say about the house, but I'll think about it because I was gonna let Miss Sylvia talk.
And
Go ahead, Miss
it was
Sylvia.
something about the cars in the driveway. They were
Yes,
registered to all these different people who
yeah.
wasn't sure.
Oh,
But
what I was gonna say about that is what else kicked it off? Remember, the air conditioner. The landlord had to pay thirteen thousand
mm-hmm,
dollars to get those
Hmm.
mm-hmm,
air conditioners fixed. So
mm-hmm.
it's just costing him a lot of money. So yeah,
But
that's
that's
And I
probably
still
why
a
think
he's
that
trying to
landlord
they
find.
tenant
wrote
court.
some bad checks for that to the landlord.
Yeah,
Right.
Hmm.
yeah. So
But
that's why it all
that's
kicked off
still a
so fast.
landlord tenant issue. You just evict them,
Now, writing a bad
try to
check
recoup
is a
some
crime.
money and keep
That's a
going.
crime. If you write a bad check, that's a crime.
Yeah. But they want their property to rent and try to get some of their money back that they lost.
But it cost $13,000 for those air conditioners, and the landlord was like, "You're not paying rent. You owe me $13,000. I'm not taking no
Mm-hmm.
more."
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of
But
loss.
when did that become criminal?
When they wrote the bad checks, they did write some checks, I think,
Right.
for the AC
Mm-hmm.
units, and they
Right.
came back
They did.
NSF.
Yeah.
And if I'm remembering right, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. One of the checks wasn't even a check; it was a cashier's check off of one of these ladies' account or something, and it came back. So what I'm trying to get you to see without making you see it is if the white people didn't know anybody to tell what's going on in my property, they might have even been venting. And the detective says, well, wait a minute. What happened? Say that again. And it start rolling. The wheels start rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember,
sure.
he did something I can't remember right off April of last year. So his time was actually kind of running down for freedom. And one thing led to the other, one thing led to the other. And when he just kept on, they just had to do something. But if it was you and I, Sylvia, whoever's on this live, and we had a bad check, a landlord tenant, we have to go downtown or wherever you go, file the paperwork, get a date, get evicted, show cause, all that. If you're not out in a certain amount of days, bailiff come out, put your stuff out.
But that's if you want to handle it that way. If somebody writes you a
A
bad
check
I
is
don't care
different.
if it's $50. You can take out a criminal warrant on
Yes.
that.
Yes. But how did they get it done so fast is what I'm asking.
I don't think they
you
got
got to
it done
remember,
fast. They
didn't do
a
their
lot of rent. It wasn't like they wrote it one day and they was out the next. It was months and months.
From April. They didn't just
she ended up owing $44,000
and got garnished.
Right.
But they didn't just, you got to remember now with paperwork that Sylvia showed us, they filed the eviction after the legal process has started. They got real quiet for a certain amount of weeks and let that legal stuff get started. How did they just, we don't know detectives to go say, yeah, I want this to happen. We have to go through the process to say, okay, this is what they have. Here's the proof. Here's this. They have to take it, look at it, make sure it's right, and then come back. It's a process.
Right.
And they didn't do that process. They skipped a few steps. So who are they?
I don't know.
Who are they to Erica King? Because whoever this lady was, we're kind of assuming that it's Erica King. I'm kind of thinking it is as well. That was the go-between for the rental property.
She was.
So
was it Erica or was it that other lady?
Because they said they kept talking to Erica.
That's
about the property, and she was like, "Oh, you didn't get the check. It's coming." Blah blah.
And
blah.
then she sent a check with money all over a picture with money all over the table, and that kind of thing. Well, a picture with money and money in my hand is two different things.
Well, maybe his name kept coming up because remember somebody got a car fixed and he owed money there. And maybe he just kept owing money in different places and they decided to, just take a look at him. Because
also, wasn't it that when they went to the door,
guys, let me take
answered the door?
Guys, let me take a commercial break, if you don't mind.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys been at it for a while. Thank you for keeping it up because I had, my husband came and, wanted food,
he gotta eat. He gotta eat.
So I had to, fix the plate and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. All right. Here is our commercial. Thank you to Amanda. And I missed a lot of people. Hold on a second. Let me see who else. Thank you to Mama Red and Angelique. All right. Here we go. Here's y'all music. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Okay, ladies, let's get back to it.
Do anybody feel like Coming to America when that music is playing? You want to get up and start doing the Coming to America dance?
Yes, I do. I had to do a little bit of the flavor of, my husband's from Uganda, a little bit of flavor of,
Okay.
Oh, cool. I didn't know
Okay.
that.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sylvia,
Huh?
let me ask you, when they came to the house, where they had the two houses right next to each other, and they had all the cars in the yard, and they were like, he's not supposed to be there. Didn't he answer the door?
I'm not
And
too.
they
I
were
don't
like, why
remember.
is he here? Because he's not on the lease?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
I'm not saying yes or no. I just don't remember.
Because people are saying they believe he intercepted all the paperwork because, first of all, Shirley didn't live there. So he intercepted all the paperwork, and then he went and filed, like for the eviction and whatnot. He had filled out the paperwork like he was Shirley.
You know what? They had so many properties come and go through their fingers. I don't even remember which one is which now.
Me either.
But Erica was the one that was doing a lot of it. She was the attorney. She was the
yeah,
and then she was something else. She played 3 different parts.
Mm-hmm.
Can somebody tell me? I just found this out last night. I think D gone. I hope she'll be back. I think that was D said it last night because we was in the bushes having a ball last night. What's wrong with Erica? I didn't know Erica was sick or something.
You got to go look at my old video now.
Gotcha. I'm capable. I just didn't know. We talk about everything and then some more. That should have came up. I didn't know she was sick.
Yeah, in the March bond hearing, that's when
Gotcha.
she wrote to the judge in November. She wrote to the judge in October, November, then January, and then she went for bond hearing, and the judge gave her a signature bond.
Now I know this sounds bad, but is she really sick, or is this a Nesto lie that lie?
No, she had documentation.
Okay.
Had documentation, and she went to Grady when the lady beat her up.
Oh, okay. March. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go back in my.
I'm going tonight.
Yeah, I read the whole document on it.
Gotcha.
And I think it was titled something having to do with what was the title, guys? Help me.
Was it
why did Erica
get out on bail? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
why did Erica get out?
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't. I worked 12-hour days, and so some. I'm leaning over now because this is so intriguing. And when I saw Emmanuel, I said, "Oh, we got a man. Let me see what he have to say."
Like, what can he say?
Where did Emmanuel left? He left us?
Yeah, he must have just did. Yep, because I don't see him. Okay. And not ATD. Demi. Yeah. Demi's probably coming back, but I was excited to know what Emmanuel had to say because they said last night we just picking on Polil Triple No G. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's that, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, let's just be cordial to each other. That's all. But I'm floored with this, and Sylvia, the best is still yet to come.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
The best is still yet to come.
Oh, when we go to court? When we go to court?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, child.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, child.
I think I'm a flyover. I really do think I am.
Okay.
Because I just want to hear the stuff that I know for myself. I just want to, I'm hoping that, I don't know why I'm just a stupid romantic in some sense of the word. Not for Shirley, but I'm hoping this man is really not this dogmatic, that somebody is just gunning for him wrong. And I really don't believe that. I just hope that our world have not come to this. But biblically, it's been like this. It's just rules to it now, And what do we do but abide by the rules. We have to obey them to have the rule over us.
But we all know that they do overcharge y'all. We
Yes.
know that for
They do.
That we talked about that while you were gone, bonding.
yeah.
What is reasonable to one person is not reasonable to another.
And he has to have a good lawyer. Not every public defender is bad either, guys. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
No, they're not.
There's Emmanuel.
Yeah. Hey, Emmanuel, welcome back.
It's just one of these things, like I said, coming in a year from now, 2 years or 3 years or whenever all of this is over with, Ernest, we're not going to even think about this no more.
That's true. That's true.
This is going to be something else to do something else with. Somebody else's name is going to be here to do something else with.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I would just like to know what.
Hold on, I want to say, to be fair to this man, y'all, remember, he is innocent until
proven guilty.
Let's say it again, everybody.
Innocent until
He's
proven
innocent
guilty.
until
We
proven
all
guilty.
talking all over each
Let
other
me just put this
at the
caveat
same
there.
time.
That's in a court of law. It don't have to be in my mind. That's in a court of law. Because they could tell me that somebody didn't do something, find them not guilty. It doesn't make them innocent.
Well, the preponderance of the evidence,
court
yeah.
of law. They don't have anything to do with whether they're innocent or not, really.
And there are a lot, like somebody said, there are a lot of innocent people who are in jail.
And they didn't even do anything, and they're in jail.
Financially afford a good lawyer to argue their
right,
and they end up in jail. Okay, we know that for a fact that there's a lot of DNA coming out showing that this person spent 30, 40, 50 years in jail and did not do the crime.
And didn't do anything. So I don't go by that.
And you know, the preponderance of the evidence still remains good. The evidence could say you didn't, and you sitting there grinning. You can say you did, but if the evidence say you didn't, you going home. That's just our system.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that's just the way it works.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I think I'm not a black man, so I don't know. My oldest son is 36, and he told me, he says, "Mom, I walk around sometimes and I'm scared."
Wow.
And I didn't know I needed to have that conversation. I stopped what I was doing and sat down. I really think I fell down a little bit because, and we don't know how many black men really feel like that.
Yeah, that definitely. I thank you for bringing that up, Big Ego, because a lot of us buy into that theory that if he's black, he's guilty of a crime, and he has to be guilty until proven innocent. And a lot of black men have been unjustly convicted of crimes they did not do.
I agree.
I see it every day.
Okay, Emmanuel has a testimony. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I agree. My brother is currently going through that right now.
Wow.
They're charging him with attempted murder. He wasn't even there. He didn't even do it. I know for a fact he didn't do it. I know his whole timeline. And I don't even live with him. I know everything he does every single day. It's sad. And he's in California. So you know those liberals, they're pretty strict down there.
And the other thing too, when they're ready for you, guys, they can get you.
Do you know some things we might say here might be considered as a violation? It might not be criminal where we get a fine or where we get jail time, but it may be something like Tasha K. And I don't know how. If somebody say $4 million to me, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Jesus, I'm on the way. I'm gonna dig this hole for these people because I can't owe no more money. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna apologize, and then I'm going on home because I don't know how you mentioned $4 million to owe for talking too much, and You got to pay it. It's been appealed. You can't do bankruptcy. I mean, how do you fix your mouth to tell somebody $4 million? But so
That's for
many different
lying, though. That's
states.
a lie. That's defamation.
Right.
But remember,
But she said it first.
no, but here's the deal. When Cardi B asked her to take it down,
She should have took it down.
she asked her 3 times, y'all. She
Yep.
tried to negotiate with this woman
Yep.
behind the
Mhm.
scene.
Yep.
I was at the trial. She
Mhm.
tried 3 times.
Wow.
She was willfully and prideful and said
Yep.
no.
Prideful.
So sometimes you have to pay the consequences when you will. Come on now. You're not the woman. This is her life, her business. If she says take it down, take it down.
But if she says it first,
But it doesn't matter. She can say whatever I can say whatever I want to say about me, but you can't come back.
That's right.
Something.
Well, how do we need to go to California for Emmanuel's brother? And I'm not being funny. I mean, we don't know the ins and outs, but there's a justice center in almost all major states and cities, Emmanuel, that take on cases such as this. It might be worth a shot. It won't hurt nobody.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that and see what happens.
Yeah, justice defense. It won't hurt us. So, and you don't have to pay for that. They get private donations to do research and things of that nature. So the family won't be out of pocket so much. But anything is worth some freedom, especially with you being so strong that he's innocent. You know, it was about 8 years ago, maybe 10. A guy was a creature of habit, and some type of way, some woman said that he did something. I don't remember the exact story. That man didn't do it. But because he could be timed by where he was every day, she said he did it. He sat in jail for a few years trying to defend himself, and finally did through this justice center. And they found that she was lying. If I'm remembering, the outrage was, I don't know why I'm thinking Sacramento. The outrage was when they found he didn't do it. They said, okay, you're free to go home. Next case, nothing.
Yeah, like nothing ever happened.
Nothing happened to her.
Like nothing ever happened.
Yep, I thought that was right. Yeah, nothing happened.
I believe there's a movie, something similar to that with them boys. You remember them black boys?
Oh yeah.
Central Park 5.
Yeah, that's it. That is a movie. That is a movie. Loosely based, but it is a movie. We get the point. But it's just not fair. And when you work in a system some things you have to just process and find a way to go on. But you going on home, and these people's relatives are suffering. They're in jail with them, so to speak. And so I wish your family the best. I really do. And your brother definitely the best. But this day and age, the system is not good for anybody, not even women. Look at Sandra. Was Sandra Bland? Was that the first lady that was publicized, that was beat?
Yeah, she's here in Texas. Our Texas, one of the jails in Texas.
Died in jail.
Allegedly she died in jail.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
Miss
Sylvia, do you? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I want to hear that question.
Did you see the question that Cecilia Jackson asked you?
What was the question?
She said she wanted to know, would you rent to somebody with evictions?
Would I rent to somebody with evictions?
Mm-hmm. If you had a rent house, would you rent your house out to someone who had evictions?
I would.
Prior evictions.
I would.
Yeah, because people change.
Change. Mm-hmm.
It depends how far I go
Right.
with it, because if somebody just did it, I don't think so. But it was years ago. They have a steady income now, and they
Yeah.
have somebody who's financially backing them. Yeah, I would probably rent it to them.
And
But
maybe at a
be
bigger
high,
cost of deposit too, maybe.
there would be some high deposit, would be
Yeah.
some stipulations on there.
Right.
Yeah, because everybody deserves to have a shelter. Somebody.
And another chance. Because let's just say with the money that Shirley made, Shirley maintained the property in California for some years. What was it, 15 years or something? Until she met him. So I think Shirley was paying her bills until she met him, and he wasn't paying their bills.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm guessing.
How long would you wait? How long would you wait, Miss Sylvia? What would be your time frame?
Of how long that
Yeah.
I would say
Mm.
I would say at least, I would say between a year. I would say a year. I would say a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a year.
Would you
But I would
do
have
multiple, or could they only have one eviction?
If the, like I said, if it was a whole bunch in the past,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't know. It could have been medical situation. You don't know. I mean, I would take the whole totality of her.
Yeah.
Oh, so like if they got put out for non-payment of rent, because you can get evicted for more than just not paying your rent. You can get evicted for other things too.
Noise, too many guests, parking issues.
But when they ask for a credit check, isn't that what they're checking for?
That's credit. That's not stable. Being stable.
Oh, okay.
That's saying that you can pay or not. And then
be a high deposit. I'm telling you, it would be a high deposit. If the first month that they get out, I mean, not paying my rent, I would start the eviction process, and I would keep their money.
And you think about this, eviction. Let's just say, for instance, they got evicted on the way to jail. They spent 3 years in jail, and they got out of jail. They're the best candidate in the world to be good, because they need somewhere to live for their probation person, and they're not trying to raise no static because they don't want to be evicted.
Some not. Some are. Some.
You hope.
Guys, I'm about to end this live because
Yes.
Bougie is about to come on at 10:30 because I want to go watch it.
Okay.
That's
We've
2
been on
minutes.
for 2 hours and 28 minutes, and this is past my 2-hour time limit.
Yes.
Thank you for having me up. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Yeah, our next topic is going to be the daughter situation. Our next topic.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, that's good.
As well as his kids. Like, what do they think?
Sheridan, Sheridan, especially Sheridan and his children, especially with those type of charges. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be our next one our evening. Thank you. What's our name again? We are the
vampires.
Femisphere,
That's it. Yeah.
Femisphere.
That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Take care and be safe.
Emmanuel, don't be a stranger. Emmanuel, don't be a stranger to us. Wait, before Auntie D, pray for us. Pray for us as we leave.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we just thank you once again. We thank you for the panel. We thank you for everybody in the chat. We learned a lot today, Father God, and we thank you. And I'm beginning to notice, Lord, that we're not being so judgmental. And I thank you for that, because people are innocent until they're proven guilty. And I thank you for the clarity to not just throw things out and say whatever you think is on your mind, but make sure that the paperwork is there. And I just thank you for each and every one of these people on this line. I enjoy the panel and everybody. Just watch over us, Father God, as we go to and from our destinations, and just keep us covered in your blood, Lord. And I just thank you for everyone here in Jesus' name.
Jesus.
Amen. And
thank you
everyone who has donated, thank you so much. We
Mhm.
appreciate it in this channel. It helps us to do the things we need to do and like go to court and stuff like that. So you
Mhm.
guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Be blessed. Let's travel over to LLL. Have a good one, guys.
Good night,
See
everybody.
you there.
Good night.
Uh-huh.